Welcome back to the last stage of Reading with Meaning. So today's goal is to learn about how we can add activities to help with their learning. So again, the first thing we're going to do is pick a book that they like, that they're interested in, and then we're going to think about what are we going to focus on. So today we're just going to look at letter sounds. Okay, we're not going to try and add too many things, we're just focusing on one thing. So right here I have included enough activities to last several months. And we'll go through these activities, but I would only do one activity each time. That way it's not too much for them. So right here we have magnetic letters. You can buy these at the dollar store. I went ahead and picked out the letters from the book beforehand. If you don't have a lot of time, you can do that together as well. We have Play-Doh here. You can buy the Play-Doh at the dollar store. We even markers, paper, pencils. All of this stuff can be bought at the dollar store, so you don't have to spend a lot of money. Trays I found are very easy to keep the mess clean, to keep it organized. As you add more materials, it doesn't become a crazy mess. The magnetic trays, you can put the magnets in, and then the last one is just a tray. You can do Play-Doh in the tray. I have right here a scoop of flour. You can use shaving cream, ketchup, yogurt, anything that you choose. But again, go over the rules and model it first before you start something like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how can we use this book for learning. So we talked a little bit about that before. We're going to go into it a little bit more. So we're going to do dig, dump, roll. So you can talk right off the bat. You can go D. Can we find another D? D. And then you can go R. Where can we find? Let's try and do the letter D. So then you can go ahead and you can draw the letter D if you want it on here. So you could draw D is for dump or dig. Okay, and then the kids can draw. If they're into drawing and writing, I usually go to the hands-on stuff first. So let's see if we can find a D too. And then they grab the D and they put it on the board. This could be something as simple as that. Okay, and then you go to the next. Dig, dump, roll. Okay, and then again you start to read the book. Crash a rumble, smash a grumble. What's that work? Here's a clue. It will clear the ground for you. What is it? It's a bulldozer. And then you could use your song if you wanted. B is for bulldozer. Ba, ba, bulldozer. Ba, ba, bulldozer. B, bulldozer. Let's see if we can find a B now. And then they can look inside the basket, find their own B, or you can have just a few. If it's too much for them, I would just pick a few out. But if they're really good and they're starting to understand, they can find it themselves. Another way you can incorporate the letters is by using the different medians. So again, you would only choose one of these things. I wouldn't try to do all of it in one lesson, but you would talk about, okay, we're gonna keep, everything has to stay inside the tray. We're gonna put a little bit inside the tray. Now you have a working hand and a cleaning hand. So you're gonna, just this hand's gonna be messy. You're gonna move it around. It has to stay inside the tray or we're gonna have to put it away. And then you shake it off. And then you have your other finger is going to be the one that makes it. So I'm gonna show you first. Go pull down, around, in, around and in. And you can make the letter B, B for bulldozer. Okay, and then when it's cleanup time, you can teach them how to do the cleanup or you can do the cleanup. I always try to get them to do it, but wipe their hands on the tray. The tray, you carefully take the tray over to the green cart and then you dump the tray into the green cart. You put it back and you wash your hands. Okay, so that's another activity that you could do. So you could do writing in shaving cream or flour, whatever you choose, yogurt if they want to, if they put things in their mouth still. They can look for the magnetic letters. Another thing that you can do that you can do it together or you can do it ahead of time depending on how much time you have. I'll do it right now so you can see, is you can draw. Okay, so you can go ahead and choose your markers and then again you can do the same thing. You can go open the book and you can go through it together. We're gonna stop. So see how we're stopping? We're gonna do the bulldozer for a little bit, and then you guys can practice sketching it. Okay, it's gonna be a little bit hard to do with one hand, but then you can go ahead and sketch the picture of the bulldozer together. You can add the different parts, and then that's when you can talk about, there's the shovel. Okay, we talk about that, and then you can label it. B for bulldozer. Pull down, around, and around again. I like to also use the color yellow because they can go over top of it easier. So if you wanted to use the letter yellow, and then you can do hand over hand, which means you're holding the top of the marker while they do it, and you're talking about pulling down, around, and then in. Okay, so you can match the picture with the letter. So there's lots of different ways, and the last way we can talk about here is the Play-Doh. So the Play-Doh, you're going to open it up. Multitasking here as a parent, and I don't even have the children with me. With Play-Doh, I always, and then again, you want to use the tray. So you can use the other tray, but since that's dirty, you want to use maybe this tray. And I always teach them to start with a worm. So you want to build the worm because that's kind of the basis. Your hands are your best tools for Play-Doh, so you really want to use the worm to make your Play-Doh. So that's just rolling back and forth to get it long enough to work with. Because you can make anything, any letter for sure, in any shape, with starting with a worm. And then you have to always model it because they're not used to these types of things. So model until they get it. And it sometimes might take like 50 times before they understand. And that's okay. And then you're going to do the letter B. Okay, B is for bulldozer. And then you can go back to the book and continue reading. So you might say, bang a shundle, clang a shunder, what's at work? Here's a clue. It will dig big holes for you. It's a digger coming through. What does digger start with? Oh, what do I see? And you give them a moment to kind of answer. If they don't know, you can go ahead and D is for digger, da, da, da. And you can add the song again. D is for digger, da, da, digger, da, da, digger, D, digger. And then you can go through the process again, looking for the letter D. Okay, so it's just how do we connect back to the book that we're reading so that it's meaningful for them, and it has to be something that they're interested in if you're going to be teaching with it. Okay, so I hope that's helpful. But again, you just need dollar store things. So you can have magnetic letters and Play-Doh. You got the tray. The trays are really good to keep things organized and to keep a bit of a structure going. But you could always certainly do like, and you know, you don't want to do this every day all the time. Maybe once a week is even good. Or you can even just do it orally by saying it the first way we did it. Oh, there's D for digger, da, da, da. And then gradually include this. Okay.